Grandma Leah here. Hope everybody's doing well. I haven't posted a video in about, I don't know, 2 weeks. I have been sick, going on 3 weeks now with bronchitis, and it's been a little rough. It's really put a wrench into my physical training program to get ready for the PCT. But I'm starting to feel better, just trying to take care of myself so I don't have to start out on the trail with bronchitis. So anyway, I'm a little hoarse. Sorry about my voice, but I just wanted to give everybody an update. So I'm about 15 days away from my leaving to head down on an Amtrak train from Seattle to San Diego. At which time I'll be staying with Scout and Frodo, and then heading to the PCT on the 28th of March. Getting excited. A lot of things going through my head as I get closer, which I'm sure anybody else that's getting ready to do this is probably going through the same thing, I imagine. It's definitely a lot to think about. You know, there's a total mental aspect to doing this hike, along with all the planning and the physical and resupply and everything else. And so just been contemplating a little bit about how I got to this point of why I decided to hike the Pacific Crest Trail, and what I hope to get out of it and accomplish by it. So first, I would just like to give a shout out to all my family and friends. About, I don't know, a week ago, I posted a request on Facebook asking for some help with anybody that'd be willing to send me some resupply boxes while I'm out on the PCT. And I got an amazing response from family and friends, and I have, I don't know, probably close to 20 people that are going to send me resupply boxes. So just want to say thank you to all of you. You're all very generous. It's going to be like Christmas, you know, every time I get a box from somebody else other than myself, because I won't know what's going to be in it, you know, along the way. So hopefully that will result in me getting some variety too, than me just doing all of my own resupply boxes. So anyway, I really appreciate all of you and your generosity and your willingness to support me in this hike. It means a lot to me. And the people that have donated to my GoFundMe account, I still have a long ways to reach my goal for the money that I need, just for, you know, things like camping and staying at a hostel and buying shoes and socks and that type of thing, as I need them along the trail. But I have had a number of people that have generously donated to my hike. Thank you all very much. I really appreciate it. And you know, I think sometimes you just forget how important people are to you in your life, and how important relationships are. And you know, I struggle with that sometimes, and you know, feeling like I'm kind of all alone in this world, and things like these just renew my, I don't know, renew my faith in human beings and the people in my life, and how precious you all are to me. So anyway, so originally how I came about being interested in hiking the Pacific Crest Trail is kind of interesting. I guess it was about, I don't know, a little over a year ago, and somebody had posted something on Facebook about this guy that had broken the record on the Appalachian Trail for a supported trail run. And his name was Carl Metzler. And I don't remember how many days he did it. 40 something days, I believe. He ran the whole trail. And so it started out with a post on Facebook that listed the amount of food he ate on that trail run. And all I seen on it, first off, was how much bacon he got to eat while he was doing this trail run. And I remember posting something on there that said, I like bacon. I thought that's really cool that this guy is skinny, he's in great shape, and he's eating all this bacon. Sounded like a good thing to me. So a friend of mine started kind of joking about it. It's like, hey, let's do the Appalachian Trail, man. We can eat all the bacon we want and lose weight and be in good shape and have an adventure. And eventually that kind of turned into more serious talk about, making a goal that we would hike the Appalachian Trail together. And she's about my age too. And so, we kind of just set it out there. We didn't really set a date. I think we were both thinking maybe in a few years, we would do this. And so anyway, that kind of started it. I started actually looking up videos on Carl Metzler and watched his journey on YouTube. There was a documentary about it, and that's kind of really sparked my motivation to get out and start hiking, and to learn more about the Appalachian Trail. Because at that point, I was hooked, and I thought, wow, this is really something I want to do. It's really not about the bacon anymore. It's this looks like an amazing adventure, and I want to do this. And so as I watched more and more videos and kind of started planning a little more, and I actually got it out and started hiking every weekend at that point. And I just looked at it as that I would have a few years of training to learn everything I could about backpacking and to get in shape and get out there with my friends, and found that I loved it. I found that I really loved hiking, and mainly is doing just day hikes. But there was something about being in the mountains, especially. It was just like an adrenaline rush for me. Every time I got a sight of the mountains, I just wanted more. It's like I couldn't get enough. And so I just kept hiking and kept researching. And, I finally, at some point in the past year, decided, I don't know, as I kept watching the Appalachian Trail, I started. I think I started seeing some videos on Pacific Crest Trail too, and I didn't really know anything about the Pacific Crest Trail. So I started watching. Dixie was the first one. I think that's kind of how I transitioned over. I was watching her Appalachian Trail journey, and then she started doing the Pacific Crest Trail, so I started following that. And Darwin and Google, and I started realizing that I was a lot more interested in the scenery on the Pacific Crest Trail than I was on the Appalachian Trail. That being in the Green Tunnel constantly, I thought, man, I'm going to get bored. That's going to be, to me, mentally, to be looking at that all the time, I think would be way less inspiring to me than the scenery on the Pacific Crest Trail. So I went and took a class at REI on the Pacific Crest Trail on planning a through hike. And at that point, I think that was in about August, September maybe, I had decided that was what I was going to do, that I was going to do the Pacific Crest Trail. And at that point I kind of decided too that I knew my friend wasn't probably going to be ready for at least a few years to do this. And so I planned it for 2020. I said, okay, I'm just going to pick a date and I'm going to make this happen. And within a few months, though, my job started being really difficult for me. I was becoming really burned out, and it just wasn't heading in the direction that I wanted it to. And I came to the realization that it was time for a change in my life. And I've been in social services for about 15 years, been a counselor, and working in drug and alcohol treatment facilities and mental health facilities. And I love the work. I love working with the people, but it's very draining work. Um, a lot of stress, and it's taken its toll on me over the years. And I decided it's time for a change. So I gave up my license and left my job and decided to just go for this goal this year. And it's been quite the chore trying to plan this whole trip in a couple months, but I'm really close to being ready to go. I have all my gear and I have my resupply boxes that I'm sending to myself all ready to go. And I've gotten a lot done. You know, there's just still some financial um, situations that need to be tied up, and still need to raise a little bit more money. But for the most part, I'm ready to go, and I'm looking forward to starting this adventure. So, what do I hope to get out of this? For one, and I haven't really talked about this in my videos, you know, my friends and family that are close to me know a little bit more about my life, but for those of you that have subscribed to my channel and don't really know me yet, I don't think I brought this up in any of my videos, but so I am a recovering addict, and I've been in recovery for about 20 years now. I've had a few relapses along the way, but recovery lifestyle has been what I've been living, you know, for the last 20 years, and have had a lot of good things happen in my life as a result of being in recovery, but I still struggle. Not so much with drugs and alcohol anymore, but, you know, I have struggled with other addictions too, and so part of this journey is a way to work through my past stuff and work on getting centered in my life and being grounded and being able to work through, you know, some of the other things I struggle with in my life. And I hope to be able to quit smoking while I'm on this journey. That's one of my goals, is to be a non-smoker by the time I get done. And I think this getting bronchitis is another way of my higher power just letting me know that, a reminder of, you know, what happens when I don't quit smoking. So, you know, I don't think there's any mistake in this. I think it's a good reminder for me and an inspiration for me to really address this on the trail. So, and then and another thing is just I feel like this is a good challenge in my life. You know, I've always been pretty stubborn and pretty goal-oriented, and I tend to finish what I start out to, you know, and there's a lot of goals in my life that got put on hold when I was in my addiction, and so, you know, sometimes I struggle with feeling like I have not reached my potential or am where I should be for my age in life compared to, you know, other people my age. So, you know, this is something that I can feel good about myself, and something that my children and my grandchildren can feel good about, you know, their grandma being able to accomplish something like this. I like to set a good example, and I want to pass my love of nature and on to my grandchildren. And yeah, and so this is also another way for me to get reconnected with God and just get closer. You know, I don't know how you can be in nature and be looking at some of the amazing scenery that we have on the West Coast without believing that there's a God out there that created all this. And, you know, it's a constant reminder, and it's really easy to get Leah reliant while I'm going through my daily life and being out there with just everything that I'm living on my back, and living a minimalist lifestyle on the trail is going to cause me to be reliant on God again, and I need that in my life. And yeah, so I hope to become a stronger person, to finish the trail feeling good about myself, and being more physically healthy. And I've been blessed with other than my smoking, which has caused some respiratory issues, I'm pretty healthy for being 52 years old. I have no chronic pain. I have no major medical issues, and I'm really grateful for that. And I need to take advantage of that. There's a lot of people that aren't able to do something like this because of their physical health, and I don't want to take that for granted. I've been blessed with a healthy body, and so I believe this is something that I'm supposed to do. And yeah, so the other thing that, and it's hard for me to talk about, but I didn't want it to be the main focus of my videos, or but it is a part of my journey. So one of the luxury items that I am bringing with me actually is my son Bo. And my son Bo died of a heroin overdose August 20th, 2016. And Bo's a beautiful soul. A wonderful young man. He was 22 years old and had struggled with his addiction for many years. And yeah, he just couldn't make it, and it finally took him. And Bo loved life, and he loved the outdoors. We spent so much time camping and fishing, and anything outdoors. He loved animals, and we never got into hiking when Bo was still here, but I know if he was here now that he would probably be going on this journey with me. So anyway, I am going to be taking Bo's ashes with me on the trail, and I'm going to be spreading them along the way, and starting from the southern tournaments all the way to the northern. And I feel like it's appropriate because, for a number of reasons. Bo's dad's family are all from Chula Vista, San Diego. So Bo has roots in San Diego. And my side of the family is all in Western Washington. So this just seems like an appropriate place to be able to let Bo rest in some of the most beautiful areas, from the Mexican border to Canada. And so I'm just bringing some of his ashes at different points along the way. And, I will be, when I feel like it's a place that I want to share with Bo, and to let him be there for eternity, at some of these epic spots, then I'll be spreading some of his ashes along the way. So yeah, so at times I know this is going to be emotional for me. I've since his passing, I have thrown myself into my work, and when I'm in the profession of trying to save other lives, trying to save other people's children from dying from addiction, it's really easy to put my own grief on the back burner. And it's not that I haven't grieved, but there's still a lot of feelings there. I don't know that you sorry. I don't know that you ever get over losing a child. So this is going to be good for me. You know, doing this, I'm not going to be able to stuff my feelings. They're going to come out, you know, and that's what I need. And this is a way that I can honor my son. His life. And, yeah. All right. So now you know. But, I don't want this to be a sad journey. I want this to be a joyful time, and it will be. I mean, there will be moments of grief, but yeah, this is in honor of my child. So, you know, and he would want this. So, anyway, I look forward to getting on the trail and to start sharing what my daily life is like on the trail with you all. I appreciate all your support, and I will see you all soon, and happy trails.